that they're changing my voice. I'm not gay. I think it's safe to assume that everyone watching this video, or basically everyone watching this video, knows what a fairy looks like in popular culture, right? Cartoons or art, in Greek mythology, the fairy depictions of angels in the churches and what have you. So whether it's the church doing it, the gay community doing it, whether it's Greek societies doing it, you would think that everyone would understand that it's stupid to try to make everyone seem fairy-like, right? Rainbow-like, Power Ranger-like. Even on the tarot cards, which are very much associated with pagans and gypsies and people who are into mythology, including fairy mythology, you see that the fool on the tarot card is like Lucifer, right? Luciferian, a fairy, an idiot, scatterbrained, unfocused. You see the Dumb and Dumber movie picture I put there, the Revenge of the Nerds, and you see that Alabama sorority, right? Kind of right-wing sorority, because sororities aren't just left-wing, they're also right-wing groups, depending on the sorority, perhaps, depending on its history. They kind of, include people from different views, what have you. So when you see the sororities, you see Dumb and Dumber, it's very similar. Okay, those people are acting that way, like the fool on the tarot card, because they're trying to depict what a fool looks like. So that's what they're actually trying to do. And you look up nerd in the dictionary, no offense to anybody, a nerd is described as foolish and contemptible and boringly studious and worthless. I actually do not entirely agree with the worthless description, but I think that it's arguing semantics. What they're getting at in a very narrow sense, yes, if someone's committed to being a nerd and has contempt for being smarter than that, being more sharp than that, then they're worthless, right? If they try to join a nerd cult and try to rule over everyone else, then yeah, that's worthless as hell. But I don't think that anybody is worthless until my flesh dies. Okay, then everyone outside the divine order is worthless, right? And until they die, for example. Because life, to some degree, is what you make of it, and you got to scramble to do the right thing. So you still have that opportunity. Okay. So I'm not making this video to bash the LGBT community or to bash Greek societies or the church. We have our differences. Whatever it is whatever it is. I want you to focus on the idea that it's wrong to go behind people's backs and to make it so people seem fairy-like. Some people in the LGBT community, they don't want to seem like fairies. Okay? People over the world, most people in this world, they don't want to look like fairies. And I don't know exactly why they're doing it, but I know it has something to do with Luciferianism, right? Lucifer, Luciferian, fairy, Pharisee, fairy. I know it has to do with that. I know it has to do with the circus and the fair. That's why it's called a fair. It's very much connected to fairy. Think about the cartoon imagery in carnivals, circuses, fairs, and events like that. So I urge you all to discuss this with people. Is it really fair to you to make everyone seem like a fairy? Including he who should be the pharaoh, so to speak, the one who rules over a multicultural planet in a way that's fair, universally fair, in a way that considers moral absolutes, in a way that's universally morally precise. So I'm reaching out to the LGBT community, the churches, the whites, the Jews, and everyone else. Okay, it's in everyone's best interest, more everyone else's than mine, because there's not much left for me in this world. As I'm 43 years old, I'm not married, never been married, don't have any kids, okay, and society has really betrayed me and treated me in a very horrible way. But to some degree, I definitely would like to see people doing the right thing to the best of their ability. So can we discuss things? This is not the first time I've asked this. Can we discuss things like adults and secure people's rights and freedoms and do what is fair and just and right? How can we coexist? How can we live together, maybe work together on certain issues, maybe my war on poverty plan, maybe on constitutional rights, maybe on fighting crime, with moral philosophies, what have you? How can we discuss things and really come together and solve problems? Okay, I'm not pleading for mercy or something. I don't want people to get the wrong impression. I'm doing what is fair and just and right. I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to be persecuted. I've been persecuted my whole life, and extremely so. Since 2011 became very obvious, but I was also persecuted before that. My friends always had a little bit less love for me than they should, and things here and there gave away that I've been persecuted my whole life. I'm 43 years old. It reminds me of the movie Hurricane Carter, where he says that he's dead and to just bury him. Okay, because he said he's 52 years old. I'm 43 years old. If I'm still alive at 52, should we wait till I'm 52 to be consistent with the movie? That's stupid. You see how you're better off doing things in a way that's fair and just and right than following the script and trying to make everyone like a fairy. Accept differences. I'm inclined to be very masculine. Some people aren't so much. Okay, that's them. I'm not asking everyone to be exactly the same way as I am, to look like me, to like the ice cream I like or whatever, right? To like the women I like or whatever. Why can't we accept differences? How did it come to this point where here I am in California, and white gentlemen, Jewish gentlemen, islanders, Asians, Semites, what have you, blacks and everyone else, whoever I'm missing, Asians. How do we come to this, whoever I'm missing, how do we come to this point where we can't sit down and accept differences, where people expect people to be a certain way, where people want everyone to reinvent themselves instead of being themselves, instead of keeping it real? Why did it become keeping it fake instead of keeping it real? Why is it surreal instead of real? Why do we eliminate the possibility for people to love each other? To you, is the AI agenda in the future all that matters? Hacking people's brains, artificial intelligence, no more human intelligence, everything staged, everything fake? No matter what group it is, if you would have come to me in a heartfelt manner, and you would have asked for my help, you think I wouldn't have helped you? Can you honestly say that I wouldn't have helped you? Especially if you invoke the name of God, you think I wouldn't have helped you? So why now do you treat me this way?